What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Bro Schmo, just in case you did not know. So we're back for some more rankings. You knew what you clicked on. We're talking about cornerbacks. As far as the corner class, I actually have how many? 34 corners with draftable grades, but I'm gonna give you my top 20 here today. But before that, go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I got a lot of content. We're seeing multiple videos a day, or it should be from here on out, with the rankings, the mock drafts for each team. I still have a free agent grade video I still need to do. I need to get on that, as well as we're going to have a watch along for the NFL draft here on YouTube for day 1. And then I'll figure out what we're going to do for day 2 and day 3. But I will be around, so feel free to come in, stop by, relax, chill. Let's talk football, because why you here? You love football. So, yeah. Hopefully I said go ahead and become a bro and subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Let's get into the video. We're talking about 20 through 16 here. Luke Barku, he has ideal height, length, but desperately needs to put on some weight, as you could tell. 175, really light. I'm probably much higher on him than anybody else is. He's a former wide receiver, but he hasn't really shown those ball skills from being a wide receiver. You'd be starting from the bottom in terms of development, but his physical tools, to me, they're very impressive. Some teams may potentially get this guy, get him as a steal. Just wait 2-3 years down the line when he's actually developed. And he's probably going to go somewhere in the 7th, 6th round. I have him as a 5th because I'm willing to spend a little bit more, because I believe in the traits. I believe in his physical traits at the very least. Lavert Hill is one of my favorite corners in this draft. His height, his size, it just screams slot corner at 190. But don't sleep on the potential. Even if he is destined to be a slot corner in the NFL, that still means he's going to be a starter. Nickel corners are nickel corners are starters in the NFL today. He has a ton of experience playing press man, and he doesn't allow separation. Even in his worst game, being the bowl game against Alabama, he was pretty sticky. He's very disciplined, and he knows when to earn and play the ball. I really like him a lot. And then I got Amik Robertson, another guy I like. He reminds me a lot of a player I liked last year, Jimmy Moreland out of James Madison. Both are beyond physical at the line of scrimmage despite their size. The difference is Moreland is like a value brand Amik Robertson. This guy, he may only be a slot corner at the next level, but we talked about that. That's a starting position now in today's NFL. The dude, he's had 14 career picks. The ball skills are real with Robertson. And then his teammate, L'Jarius Sneed. I could see the Seahawks maybe targeting this guy early on day 3. Just because of the profile. He's a former safety, has all the athletic and physical traits to succeed, to be successful, and to make that move to corner, and is probably the most sound in the run game than any the other prospects as far as the secondary. And then John Reed, a guy I could see going, honestly, maybe end of day 2. He's an NFL ready starter. He'll probably be nothing more than a solid number 2 or a slot corner. He doesn't have much of a high ceiling given his size and his age. He'll be 24 before the season starts, but he's got a really safe floor. On to the next. We're talking Josiah Scott from Michigan State. He could be the top slot corner in this draft. He's got good agility, instincts, and ball skills. He plays the run well, but with his size and length, bigger and more physical receivers are going to give him problems. They're going to body him. More times than not, last season he was beat, and it was because of the physical advantage those type of receivers had on him at the catch point. And then Kayvon Wallace might be the best slot corner of this draft. I know I just said that about Josiah Scott, but they're very close. Very close. He's designated as a safety, but he should probably be lined up on the inside in the nickel on the inside in nickel and dime packages, just to protect his lack of makeup speed. Like, if he gets beat, he gets beat. Doesn't have speed to catch up. Then Damon Arnett. Not sure if there's, because he's been losing a lot of steam when it comes to analysts. I don't know if there was like a red flag that came up, but I don't know. Still high on my board. Got him as a third rounder. He doesn't have too high of a ceiling, but he has all the makings of an above average starter. He has good athleticism and versatility to play really in any scheme. Darnay Holmes, he has all those elite traits athletically teams look for in a top corner. Problem is he just isn't there yet. He doesn't know how to play at the line of scrimmage. He's really bad at how he uses his hands, but he has enough speed to keep pace with any wideout. But he's very aggressive. Sometimes it's to his own detriment, getting beat on like double moves. Troy Pride Jr. This guy really helped himself with the offseason process, especially the Senior Bowl. He has very good speed, but terrible ball skills. You can't turn around and locate the receiver turn around and locate the ball worth anything. He's terrible at finding the catch point. He's probably better in an off coverage scheme. But again, athletic ability to play man until, the ball gets to that catch point. But I mean, I guess that's something you can teach. And here's the top 10. We got Noah Nagani. Very raw, but great size, great speed. Again, very raw, still learning the position. He has that Georgia type of physicality in coverage, and if you don't know what I mean, if you're not new to the channel, then you know what we refer to corners that are a little too physical in college. That'll probably be guys that draw flags a lot early in their career in the NFL. That's how Georgia teaches their corners, man. I don't know what to tell you. But he also has terrible ball skills. Too often he plays the receiver and not the ball. Doesn't really turn around. Still, having those elite traits makes you highly sought out. And still very young. He'll only be 20 after his rookie year. So, not half bad. Bryce Hall, a guy, he's going to be a steal on day 2. I still kind of consider him a he has first round potential, first round ability. Doesn't have good speed, and he's a bit stiff when trying to flip his hips and go. But again, ideal size, good length. He's very intelligent. Well, he's probably ideal for a cover 3 or really any zone heavy coverage scheme. Cameron Dancer, another guy, man. That could be honestly could have been a first rounder. Probably should be. His play indicates that he should be a first rounder. I mean, he had an abysmal combine, but again, I'd rather rely on the elite play he's displayed for the last 3 seasons in the SEC against SEC receivers. Just saying. You just go back and watch how he played Jamar Chase. He's still slender for being only 6'2". He's only 188. And apparently this was told to scouts by his teammate Darrell Williams that he has notable troubles trying to put on weight. Now, his arm length and his instincts make him good in really a man or a zone coverage, but again, he might be a liability in press. He lacks that physicality and that speed, so honestly might be more ideal for an off man coverage or something like that. And then we got AJ Terrell, man. Again, if we're gonna base Terrell's stock on the national championship game, I think he'd still be early second round pick for me. I mean, he played Jamar Chase as well as he can. Chase just won at the catch point because Chase is just that good. Jamar Chase is going to be a top 5 pick in the 2021 draft. Again, Terrell played very sticky. He stayed right up there in the hip pocket of receivers, and he's good at locating and contesting at the catch point. There's a lot to like about Terrell. And then I got 6 corners with first round grades, and we're going to start with Jeff Gladney. Athletic freak with quick feet. He ran a 4.34 at the combine. He has an impressive sample size as well. In 1,243 coverage snaps, of his total snaps being over 2,500, he allowed 84 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Doesn't sound impressive, but this is over the course of 3 seasons in starting, so in a very pass happy Big 12. So yeah, and he got better and better over the course of his career, so lots to like there. My top 5, starting with Jalen Johnson. He's a calculated risk taker, may have the best instincts of all the corners in this class with a real game-changing potential. 3 of his 7 picks, career picks, were pick 6s. Just saying, he's ideal for an off-coverage scheme, but he can play man as well, so don't sleep on him there. Then Trevon Diggs, great combination of size and physicality. He's got good technique. He's very quick. He'll be ideal in a press heavy zone maybe. Just given the size, but he doesn't quite have the speed to make up if he gets beat. That's why I say maybe a press zone. But again, a sizable amount of his coverage snaps. He was very successful against vertical routes. So again, but at Alabama, they didn't necessarily play the best competition until SEC play. And then you could go dog him in that LSU game, which I think it was more, 50-50 rather than outright he just had a bad game. But I still like Diggs, still think he's a first rounder. CJ Henderson, 2018, he was a shutdown. He was a shutdown corner, and he took a noticeable step backwards in 2019. He allowed 5 plays of over 40 yards. Not going to do it, but he has all the elite traits and does have a season of elite play being back in 2018 that proves he is capable of being a top-end corner. In an NFL that's implementing more and more man coverage into their schemes, it's going to be tough to pass on the athleticism that Henderson provides. And then Fulton, man, he's still my number 2. He might not end up going or being the second corner off the board, but he's still my second corner. He's a very smooth athlete that can be a plug and play in any scheme. Many people focus on that national championship game, but Trevor Lawrence had the option of Fulton or Derek Stingley, who's going to be a top 5 pick in 2022. Dude's a bonkers freshman. So again, Fulton got better as the game went on. And if you look at the bulk of his work over the last 2 seasons, he was only tested 69 times. I'm a child. Over 537 coverage snaps. The dude's good. Quarterbacks more times than not try to steer clear of him. And then of course, Jeffrey Okudah. The dude's good. The dude's amazing. He's a can't-miss prospect. He can execute any coverage you ask him. He's got ball skills, which was my knock on him headed into this season, and that he was good at contesting the catch, but he didn't really do it. He didn't do anything game changing. He had troubles basically intercepting the ball. But he got vastly better at that in 2019. So I really have no complaints about him. The longest completion he allowed last season was only 28 yards. For his 3 years as a starter, 38 yards. The guy's a shutdown corner. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.